Hello. In this session, we are going to discuss how to get stoppage report. So into the software, you can find the analytics report information that a particular vehicle have done how much time of the stoppage at what location, and that information is available into this report. So this report is available into report in activity and into stoppage. So currently we are onto the stoppage summary screen where the information that are available onto the summary record are which vehicle was driven by which driver, which is available in which branch. According to it, what is the IMEI number of that particular object? What is the distance that is total traveled by that vehicle based on the filter selections of the date and time, that is from date time and a to date time. Accordingly, what was the running duration time for that specified period? Likewise, idling and stoppage informations will get reflected, and within that particular traveling in record for the specified date and time, how much max stoppage that was done by the vehicle, that information will be reflected. Accordingly, the total number of the stoppage that is done, that will be appeared, and what was the average speed was driven at that moment, that information will be reflected. Accordingly, what was the max speed that has been covered by the vehicle, that information will be reflected, and whether there was any overstay, then the overstay count information will be appeared. Accordingly, the total number of the alerts that will be generated between that duration period time, then that information is reflected. What its number of types with its count, and also the playback for that duration will be reflected. And based on filter selection, the total distance, the total running hours, and the total idling, stoppage, and total alerts will get appear with the number of account of the stoppage for that selected vehicles. Now, based on the summary record, we can find the filter options as well. That is, the filters that are available for, that is, the records can be viewed into your format. That is for that as per your convenience. That is company, branch, vehicle group, vehicle type, brand, model, and based on the calculation for ignition as well as speed. That is, in the case if you want to view the report based on the ignition ports connection into the sensor, then ignition on and ignition off can be considered as a trip, and accordingly the stoppage information get calculated. And in the case, you can view the report based on the speed as well. That is, if the speed is selected, then into the system based on the consideration moment of the speed that is set in the system. So accordingly, when the speed is detected and when the speed is below the speed consideration moment, at that time the one trip is considered into software. So at the stoppage informations will be reflected into that duration time only. So likewise, you can filter out the calculation for parameters, and also you can filter the stop duration as well. That is, in the case from the summary record itself, if you want to view the stoppage information for greater than a specific time, that is 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So likewise, you can select the date and the stoppage duration time. So accordingly, the report will get generated in that format. Now, based on that, the date filter date can be selected, and based on vehicle selection, the summary record will get appeared. Now, based on the summary record, in the case if you want to view the detailed informations where exactly the stoppage records are available, so that for that you need to double click this record. So when you double click the record, you will be navigated into stoppage detail report, wherein this the information that is available, that is a total number of a stop that has been done by the vehicle, that count will be appeared. Accordingly, arrival and arrival locations of that particular location where the stop have been started, and accordingly what was the last distance, last running information, was this last idling and last stop information will reflected with the distance. So now, apart from that, based on the calculation from first stop point to the next stop point, the cumulative information get appeared as well. That is based on the first stop point information, the second stop when the vehicle stop at the second point. At that time, the vehicle was been running for the some specific distance time. Accordingly, the last duration, last running, and information will get appears, and it will be cumulatively added into the cumulative record. That is the sum of the informations of last distance with the cumulative record. The information will keep on getting added into the record. So likewise, based on the calculations can be done with the first number of a stop with the two different stoppage point information. the total distance and a running information with the stoppage information get added into the cumulative record. So like that, the records of the last stop information with the cumulative records can be reflected and viewed into the stoppage detail report. Now, based on that, according to that, the information that is average speed that was been driven, that information will be reflected. Accordingly, what was the max speed that was driven, that information will be appeared into the max parameter. What was the fuel level, fuel parameter, tank information will be reflected into the tank. And temperature that is available at the stop point for the duration, that information will be reflected. What was the depart time, that parameter information will be reflected, and how much whether the particular vehicle have done any overstay or not, that can be highlighted with it, yes and a no information based on the alert that is set. And accordingly, in the case how many number of the alert that has been generated, that information will be reflected with its count and a total information. And in the case, you can also find the information for the record that you are viewing for, that is vehicle number and a vehicle name with its IMEI number and a filter that is selected, that is from date time and a to date time. And also from this detailed report, in the case if you want to get the stoppage duration filter, then that is available as well. So when you click on the filter option, the stoppage duration filter will available. So from the detail report itself, you can filter the record and view some specific duration time itself. So when you select the 15 minutes, so the record that will be reflected will be for the greater than stoppage uh, greater than equal to 15 minutes stoppage information will only reflect onto the detailed report of the stoppage. So likewise, in the case if you want to view where exactly the stoppage was done, then you can click on the show on map. When you click on a show on map, the map will load and accordingly the point will appear onto the map where exactly the stoppage was done. So here you can find that the particular vehicle have done the stoppage with this point and the location information with its address. Now in the case if you want to create a geofence or a addresses at the particular location where the vehicle have done the stoppage, then that can be done as well. That is, you can add the addresses as well as you can add the geofence at the locations as well. So this is how the stoppage report are available into software and can be viewed into detail as well. Thank you.